Hello my dear class 7 students. Hope you all are well. Today we will going to discuss about the chapter 6, that is the industries. So what will we learn in this chapter? We will discuss about the what is industries, its classification, what are the different factors that influence the location of an industry. With that we will also discuss what is the special economic zone, or you can say the SEZ. So in this part we will cover this much part, and in the part 2 we will also cover the remaining part. Okay students, let's start this chapter. So at first we have manufacturing is the production of goods in large quantities after processing the raw materials to more valuable and usable products. So the raw materials are in the form that will be more valuable and more useful after the large quantities of products, or you can say the goods, are produced. So manufacturing is what? The production of goods. For example, paper is manufactured by processing of the raw materials such as the wood. So we already know that from the wood the paper is finally made. So this will be more usable and more valuable. Similarly, if you have the sugar, sugar is manufactured by the processing of sugarcane. So at first we have the crops like the sugarcane, and from sugarcane sugar is produced. As opposed to wood and sugarcane, paper and sugar are more valuable because they can be used directly in many industries. So the product, you can say the product or the produced goods, that also can be used in many ways or different industries that will be run by them. The manufacturing sector can be considered as the backbone of the economic development of a country. In India, where agriculture is the occupation of a considerable population, the manufacturing sector provides a large number of jobs to the people. What does it mean? As a poor country, you can say the maximum of the people, they are engaged in the agricultural activity, or you can say in the primary activity. Okay, but most of the people, that they have a large number of people, or they are mainly engaged in the manufacturing sectors. Okay, now we will discuss about the classification of industries, like how many types of industries are there, what are the major types, or how industry can be classified. Okay, so vegetables, fruits, clothes, cars, shoes, bags, books, furniture, all these kinds of electronic gadgets are some of them. Do they all come from the same industry? Are they made in the same place? What would be the answer, student? No. Each of these items come from the different sources and have different manufacturing processes. So the processes by which the paper is made will be totally different from the, you can say, the furniture or books or the vegetables or any kind of agro based product. Now we will discuss what are the different types of industries are there. Okay, so have some look students. This is the classification of industries. At first, the industries can be broadly classified into three. Okay, like you have, they are based on the raw materials. Number 2, we have based on the sizes, and number 3, we have they are based on the ownership. At first, the classification of industry, they have three types. One is based on the raw materials. What are the different types of raw materials are there? And according to them, industries are mainly classified into four types, like the agro based, marine based, forest based, and the mineral based. So these four types of the industries are there based on the raw materials. Okay, we will discuss what are the different types of each of the industries. At first, we have the agro based. Agro based means the industries can be agro based, that get their raw materials from any kinds of plants, animals. Okay, like you have the example of the cotton textile. I have already given all of the example of each of these industries for your better understanding, students. So these 4 types are the classification of the raw based on the raw materials. So if you have the agricultural product as a raw material, we have the agro based industries. If you have the marine based, means the marine product like the seafood is there, an example is the seafood industry. So we have the marine based industry. Next we have the forest based. So the raw product, or you can say the primary product, is if the forest product, like if you have the teak, after that the teak furniture industries will be the forest based industries. In the same way mineral based are there, like the oil refineries for the petroleum is a mineral, right? And with that the industry that are made at the oil refineries is kind of a mineral based. So these are the examples, the industries that are based on the raw materials. Next we have the industries which are mainly based on the sizes, means what are the size of the industry. Now what size means the amount of people they are employed and the amount of money that are invested in the industry. So size also comprised of two things, like the people, how many people they are engaged in that industry, with that what are the amount of money that are mainly invested. Okay, so investment is one thing and another one is the how many people are there. According to that there are mainly two sides, like the small scale industries and another one is the large scale industries. These two type according to based on their size. So small scale industries would be like the cotton, or you can say the cottage industry, any kind of cottage industry, like the in rural area if you have the weaving industry, Manipur has the largest weaving industry, these kinds. And the large scale industries are mainly comprised of the heavy manufacturing industries. Okay, so these are the industries based on the sizes. Next we have the industries that are based on the ownership, and according to the based on the ownership, industries are also four types, like you have the public sector, the private sector, private and public joint sector, and the last one is the cooperative sector. So these four types are there. What is public sector? Public sector is totally owned by the government, like you have the example of the SAIL. SAIL means Steel Authority India Limited. The private ownership is there, like the Tata Steel, like the Reliance India Limited. And joint sector means two-way ownership is there, like some portion is of public and some portion is of private, like the Maruti Suzuki is a good example. And cooperative means, here I have given the example of the sugar mill, like if there is 4 farmers who jointly run a mill, or you can say they are just farming the sugar cane and after that they jointly run a sugar mill. So this will be a cooperative. These 4 types of industry are there based on their ownership. So have some look student, this is the classification of industries. Now we will discuss it in detail. So have some look, this is the industries based on the raw materials, like I have already discussed. Now an example of agro based industries I have given the cotton textile. So silk industry of Assam in India is a very good example. It is very much famous all over the world also. 4 types of silkworms are there, like the tussar, like the mulberry, muga, and last one is the eri. So 4 types of silkworm is also there. Muga silk is one of the most popular products in India. That is a unique product. So all these industries are the agro based industries. Why? Because the main raw material is the agricultural product. Food processing, vegetable oil, cotton textile, dairy products, leather industries, all are some example of the agro based industries. Like if you have the vegetable oil, then the raw material, the sole raw material will be the any kind of vegetable, right? So the essential oil is also there. In northeastern India it is very much popular industry. So the raw material, the sole raw material will be the agricultural product, any kind of food processing, dairy products, all this. Now the industries that derive raw materials from the sea and ocean are called the marine based, like the seafood I have discussed, and the forest produced raw materials are forest based industries like the pulp and paper, pharmaceuticals, furniture. So I have given the example of the teak furniture. If you have the raw material of the teak, or you can say any kind of wood, then it will produce a furniture industry also. The northeastern states of India are very much famous for their forest based industry. Several kinds of bamboo is found in this region. The products that made from bamboo are baskets, mats, hats, furniture. So there are so many small scale industry, you can say, that will also run based on these kinds of raw material. Mineral based industries are there. The sole raw material will be the mineral, like the iron and steel industry, cement industry, aluminium industry, all these petrochemical industries. Okay, so these are the industries. Like, have some look students, this is the picture. Like the seafood industry is a mineral, is the marine based. The pharmaceutical industry, the jute plantation is also there. Like the pharmaceutical, it will be a forest based, it can be, and this will be a agro based also. Like the Assam is a major producer of the crude petroleum. The four major oil refineries of these regions are Desmach Digboy, Bongaigaon, Guwahati. All these petrochemical industries are located in Namrup and Bongaigaon. One thing you have to remember, student, the raw material that are found in that place, and with that various industries are also grown. Now the industry is based on the size. Here the very important point you have to remember is the Manipur has the largest weaving industry. Okay. This industry is also dominated by the women in that region. Even with that, in every family in Manipur they run a loom. Weaving is also an important industry of Arunachal Pradesh. Like the metal ball work is also an important traditional industry of the northeastern states. So this is the local culture. They are local industry that are mainly run. Even brass work is the most popular amongst them. So these are the industries that are mainly based on their sizes. Here we have also large scale industries like the manufacturing industries like the VAIL, Bharat Heavy Electric Limited, SAIL, the Steel Authority of India Limited, ONGC like the Oil and Natural Gas Corporation. So these are the heavy, you can say the heavy manufacturing industry. And the large scale industries, they act as the economic backbone of our country. Why? The government of India spends a huge amount of investment in these large scale industries development. In turn, this supports the growth of the small scale industry. So the heavy, you can say, if you have, I am giving you the example, a very large scale manufacturing industry is there, and the heavy electrical, you can say the heavy machineries are mainly formed in that industries, and they ultimately will be used in various small scale industry. So with the help of the large scale industry, various small scale industry will also run. Last one is the based on the ownership. So the four types I have already given all of the examples of that. Now we have covered the classification of industry. Next we will discuss about what are the factors that influence the location of an industry. So we have already discussed this much kind of classification, or you can say the industry can be happen. Now where they will locate it, like if you have a sugar mill, or if you have a very small scale cottage industry, but a location of a heavy manufacturing industry will be totally different of that. Now we will discuss what are the different parameters, or you can say the factors that will help in locating a industry. So have some look students, factors affecting location of industries. So what are the different factors that affect where the industries, different industries will be located. So the location of industries, there are so many factors. We will discuss it one by one. At first we have the availability of the raw material. Next we have the labor force. Next we have the power, transport facilities, whether it is accessible from the industrial location or not. Marketplace, whether the nearness to the market means whether the market is very near to the industrial location or it is far away. Last one we will discuss is the various government policies, whether they will help in location of an industries. Okay, these are the different factors, or you can say the parameters, which will affect the location of the industries. Like at first we have the availability of raw materials. We have already learned that industries depend on mines or agriculture for the raw materials. Industries which are based on bulky or the perishable raw materials, like the mineral based industries located near the source of the raw material. Even the industries that require perishable raw material, that can be located near the source of the raw material, like the sugar industry. So the basic thing, or you can say, if you have the perishable goods, that will be very soon perish very soon, like the agro, even with that the dairy products, it can be sugar industry. So the where the raw material are found, the industry should be located near the station of the raw material. So if you have the raw material there and the industries will not be located there, it should be located in this place. Why? Because when you will transport it into that location, the goods will be perished, because the perishable goods is there. Even with that, the heavy manufacturing industry, if you have the iron and steel industry, that are very heavy, so the transport cost will be very high. If you have the iron, if you have the you can say the iron ore there, even with that the coal is there, they will not be transported into this location, because the transport cost will be very much high. So they should be located near where the raw materials are found, so in this belt, because the transport cost will be less. Even with that, various factors we will discuss. Next is the labor. Labor is very intensively in various, you can say, industries. Labor is very much required, whether they are skilled or unskilled labor. Like if you have the tea industry or the tea garden, tea estate is there, tea plantation, various labor is needed. Even in the heavy or the large scale industries, in every steps manual labor is also needed. That is why the availability of skilled labor, where it is found, the location of an industry in that region is very much required. Okay, next point we have the power. Power is needed to process the raw material. Power is transmitted to the industrial centers through the power plants. So the heavy electrical industries, or you can say the if you just see at the industries built like the Durgapur, Vilai, Jamshedpur, these kinds of township is there. So the power station is very near. Like if you have the Durgapur, the availability of power, even with the hydel power, even with the, you can say, the thermal power is also required. So the power station and nearness to it is very much required. Industrial township is also there to find the labor force. The industries also required some good amount of skilled and unskilled labor. So these kinds of industrial city, or you can say the industrial town, is also built, like the Durgapur, Jamshedpur, Vilai, all these are planned industrial township. So if you have the Tata Steel there, then total area is for the laborers, employers. Okay, and if you have the DSP or the Durgapur steel plant, same in the case of these towns, they are also called as the planned industrial towns. Next we have the transport. Good and accessible transport facilities is also very much required to, you can say, to export, to import the raw materials and to export the produced goods. Heavy industries such as the iron and steel are well connected with the market and the source of the raw materials. They can be connected by roads, railways, or by navigable rivers. So the accessibility to the port is also needed to export the produced good for the heavy industries. Last point or the last one is the market, or you can say nearness to the market. Market is considered as an important factor in determining the location of an industry. Proximity to the market is essential as it facilitates quick disposal of the product. So if you have the industry, like the if you have industry here, okay, and the market is very near to it, then the produced good will also be can reach the market in very shorter time with a very less transport cost. So the consumer will also get it in a very lesser price or cheaper rates. Many consumer industries are located near to a market. A ready market is necessary for the perishable commodities like the agro based products. If you have the dairy industries or any like the milk, so it will be perished very soon. So the nearness to the market is very much needed. Last point is the government policies. The government plays an important role in determining the location of an industry. The government of India has set up infrastructural facilities to promote industrial growth in underdeveloped areas. So the areas which are not developed enough, the government has taken some initiation to develop those areas. It also gives certain benefits in taxes to encourage the industrial growth in the backward areas. So which were previously backward areas, there also some development or certain benefits will be also there. So the tax will be also reduced to promote some industrial growth. These are some governmental policies that will also help to situation, or you can say to locate an industry there. So this place the tax is very high, and this place A tax is less, and here tax is very high. So the industries can also be located here, other, or you can say if the other parameters are still. So here you have the raw materials. The industries will be located near the raw material, near the market, where the power facilities is there, where the accessibility, or you can say the good amount of skilled labor is also found there. So these are some parameters, or you can say the factors that will affect the location of the industries. One very important thing is the SEZ. SEZ is also called as the SEZ, means the special economic zone. These are the special area where business and trades laws are different from the rest of the country. The reason for the creation of special economic zone by the host country is to attract foreign manufacturing industry. At present, there are 8 functional SEZ, or you can say the special economic zone, that are located in India. Our West Bengal, we have the Falta. Even with that, another 7 is Santa Cruz in Maharashtra, Kandala and Surat in Gujarat, Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. In Kerala, we have Kochi, Chennai in Tamil Nadu. Last we have in our West Bengal, Falta is there. So these are some special economic zone where the taxation is also reduced. Even with that, various facilities are also given, and the foreign manufacturing industry is also be attracted by these area. Creation of some special economic zone. Presently we have the 8 SEZs in India. So try to remember this much point. It will be also included in the governmental policy. So students, we have already covered the different factors that will affect the location of the industry. So these are some factors that will affect, like we have covered all this, right? Now with the help of these much point, the industrial location can be determined. Okay students, we will end this chapter here, and the remaining portion we will cover in the next class. Thank you students.